Are you interested in discovering your purpose and finding out what the secret sauce behind you is? Because you have secret sauce. If you are interested in hearing about how to discover your purpose, then keep on watching. This video is for you. What's up, Flourishing fam? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Dolores and welcome to Flourish with Dolores. On this channel, I teach you how to embrace your journey and remember that flourishing is about progress and not perfection, honey. In this video, we are going to be talking about how to discover your purpose and remember that you have a secret sauce that no one else has. Now, that is a huge topic and it's better talked about one-on-one. So if you are interested in working with me one-on-one after you look at this video, I'll put the link below on how to book a session or clarity call with me. So purpose, what a very wonderful topic that we are here to talk about today. It is one that I'm so passionate about. It is one that tugs at my spirit when I feel like I'm not aligned in my purpose. But something I want you to know is that I believe the foundation of everybody's purpose is to give glory back to God and is to lead people to know the goodness of the Lord. I feel like no matter what your gifts are in life, the underlying purpose behind that is to give glory to God. So there's so many ways that you could be doing that, but it all starts with discovering what your passion is and what the gift is that you have, because you have a secret power. And let me tell you, no one has your secret sauce. God has given you gifts that literally no one can do as well as you can. So as we have this discussion, I need you to believe that. I need you to feel that. I need you to know that you are just so special. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. So what we got to do is tap into what that is, what your gift is, and how you can just spread it across your corner of the world. And when it comes to making sure that we give glory back to God, it doesn't always have to be overtly with every conversation you have. It doesn't have to be like, I love God, do you love God? Like, you know, it doesn't have to look like that. It can be strung along in whatever you do. It's based on how you carry yourself, how you treat people. You can be a hairdresser and have the mission to make women feel great about themselves, and through that you are showing the light and love of God. And so my daily prayer really is to ask God to allow people to feel His presence, His grace, His mercy, His wonderfulness through everything that I do. So before I go into a job interview, before I shoot a video, before I have discussions with my friends or put anything out there, my usual prayer is for God to, speak through me and for people to feel that energy, and you can still be your authentic self, because that's how He made you and He loves you for that. So you may be thinking, okay, so how do I figure out what my passion is, what I love to do? I am 100% sure, maybe 90%, that you already know what your purpose is. It's something that tugs on you. It's something that brings you joy. What happens to us is that we start thinking about what other people may think or how other people may be judging us if we pursue that passion that makes us happy and brings us joy. So many times we reroute ourselves from walking in our purpose because we're thinking about how other people are going to judge us. Or if you're like me, you suffer from imposter syndrome and you start feeling like, well, am I good enough? Am I really the expert? Do I really know what I'm doing? So you may be, feeding into the naysayers, and that's why you're not living in your purpose or your passion, but you know deep down what it is and it's tugging at you. But it's something that brings you joy and you may be getting in your own way. So with taking the leap, I encourage you to do a self-audit, and I'm going to tell you how to do that in order to figure out what your passion is and actually start taking steps towards it. The first thing is to dig into the Bible. The Bible's going to tell you the only labels that you need to feel like you have to hold on you, and that is that you lack nothing and that you have everything you need. So you don't have to go finding your purpose in the sense that you're creating something you don't have, but you're finding your purpose in the sense that you already have it within you. And when you dig into the Word of God, you will see that God cares so much about you and there's gifts that you already have. So I want to reference Romans 12, verse 6 through 8. What that's telling me is that we all have a gift and we need to use it. So you keeping your gift inside because you feel like you have to make yourself small to not offend anybody or to not seem like you're bragging, you are literally, doing the opposite of what God is telling us to. God is telling us to use your gift. Recently, I did a 10-day fast because I felt like I was just so enamored with my to-do list. I was stuck in the comparison trap of social media, and I felt like I wasn't hearing God's next steps in my life because I wasn't spending enough time with God. And I prayed 3 times a day. And then I also dug into the word, especially the book of Daniel, and just reading about his faith in God. And even when you have moments where you don't believe, because we're all human, things happen where our plans change and we're like, man, God, like, is it really going to happen for me? Instead of just, losing your faith, you can be real with God. He's our friend, he's our father. And what you can tell God is to help you with your unbelief. So what I'll say when I'm going through times where I'm like, is this really going to happen, God? What I pray is that, God, I have faith, but in this moment, I feel like I'm not believing, Lord. And so help me, give me strength with my unbelief. So below, I'm going to put the free e-guide that I created for my 10-day fast so that you can use it as a guide and pray some of the prayers that I did. But definitely digging into his word. And if it means that you need to take some time off social media so you're not stuck in the comparison trap as you're trying to discover what your passion is, then do it. It's okay. It's just temporary. You can go back to it. But then at least you'll have the tools and a little bit more of a habit of spending time with God so you can really hear what his purpose is for you or what your gifts are. Another thing that I've been doing is to affirm with gratitude. So think about challenges that you've already had in life and how you've made it through, or how, the talents that you've used to push through. Think about those times and thank God for them. Thank God for all of the tough times and how you got through it. Thank God for everything that you have. If you lead your life with gratitude, you will be more fulfilled. Trust me, before I went through my fast, I was getting so negative. I kept thinking about what my life lacked, and it was just spiraling me into having really, really low moods. But now I'm always trying to find things that I can find gratitude in. Even if I'm like frustrated and I'm like, oh, but why isn't this working? And I'm like, you know what? But God, I have this roof over my head. Thank you. Thank you for that. And that is just so important, to try your best. We're all human, and we all have fault, including myself, but try your best to lead with gratitude. The next step, as you're hearing what God is saying for your life or what your gifts are, is to start planning practical steps towards that. And then as you're planning these practical steps, do not be harsh on yourself when all of the steps don't work out. We have to be ready to pivot with grace. Give yourself grace when maybe you didn't do everything on your to-do list, or maybe it didn't pan out as it was supposed to be, or you have to pivot because something like COVID-19 is happening. That is okay. Give yourself that grace. God is not unfamiliar with people who, went through trials and tribulations and had to pivot. Let go. And although you have your plan of what you would like, to let go and really let God take control, in the sense of being able to pivot into a new plan if you have to, or tweaking your plan. And with giving yourself grace, it is important to get some rest. I really struggle with turning off my brain sometimes, and you have to give yourself rest so that you can get some clarity. Something else that I did that I actually got from the book Drop the Ball from Tiffany Dufu, I'm going to put it in the description box below so you have the link, is to talk to your friends, talk to your loved ones. So if you're feeling like, I don't know what I'm really good at, talk to your loved ones. And I'm challenging you to do this today. Message your loved ones, so your friends, people that care about you, maybe some of your colleagues, and ask them to either write or send a voice memo, and have them tell you when they've seen you at your best. And so this may feel awkward, like, oh, I don't want to bother my friends. They will do it for you. So they are going to tell you when they've seen you at your best. And as you listen to these messages or read them, you're going to start to see the strands that really make you who you are and show you what your gifts are. Because a lot of times it's right there and other people can see it clearly, but you may be getting in your way and not seeing it for yourself. Some other questions as you're doing your self-audit is to take some time and journal, asking yourself these 5 questions. The first one is to describe who you are. Then the second question I want you to answer is, what makes you excited? What do you get excited about doing? Third question I want you to ask yourself is, who are you doing it for? So who are you doing whatever you get excited for? So it may be, I love doing hair for Black women or for women with alopecia to make them feel beautiful again. So identify what that population, who that population is that you are doing it for. And then number 4 is to think about, what do they need? So what do you love and get excited for? Who are you doing it for? And then what do they need or want from what you're really good at? The 5th one is, how do they change or transform? So answer these 5 questions, really think about it. And if you notice, the last 3 questions are really about what you're doing for others. So one of the best ways to feel like you're walking in your purpose and living a fulfilling life is based on how you are serving others. So again, this coincides with exactly what I was talking about earlier, with how the foundation of our purpose is to give glory back to God and to serve his kingdom. So in those 3 questions, as you're reflecting, that literally is thinking about how you're serving other people and how you're going to be transforming their life based on what you love doing and what you get excited about. And I can't answer that piece for you without getting to know you. So if you are interested in diving a little bit deeper and having a one-on-one conversation with me about how to discover your passion or really make steps to walk your purpose, then please feel free to use the link below to book a clarity call with me, and we can really start working on some practical steps to get you there as I get to know you. The other thing is to download my free e-guide for the 10-day fast that I did. That can be a great starter as you do the self-audit for yourself. And overall, if you do nothing, which I hope you don't do nothing, but if there's anything that you do, it is so important that you start to put yourself first and start to live and walk into your purpose and discover your secret sauce, because you have it. I know you do. And I'd be so excited to work with you. Comment below if this was helpful or if there was any takeaways you got through this video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe and come on back. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.